It's no news that the Sweden submarine legacy is impressive. I've heard a lot about them and I'm super excited to check out this video today. Hi guys, my name is MQ. You're welcome to my channel. Today we'll be checking out a video titled How Sweden Dominates Submarine Warfare. Yeah, so let's check it out.
The year is 2005. Off the sunlit coast of California, the mighty USS Ronald Reagan cuts through the waves, a gleaming testament to American naval supremacy. With its vast deck capable of hosting 90 aircraft, the supercarrier moves in perfect harmony with its formidable strike group, a fleet designed to dominate the seas. Above the surface, all seems calm, the steel-clad giant basking in the golden glow of the sun. But below, hidden in the silent depths, a predator lurks, a foe no one expects. Stealthy and undetected, it maneuvers with lethal precision. This is no nuclear-powered adversary. It's a Swedish-made marvel, the Sterling-powered Gotland submarine. What happens next would shock the US Navy. A simulated attack on the carrier so successful, it leaves one of the most advanced navies on Earth re-evaluating its strategies. The silent hunter is about to strike, and not only does it do this once, it repeats the process with several successful torpedo hits in several similar situations over a period of weeks. With this action, Sweden single-handedly forced the mightiest navy in the world to adopt entirely new doctrines. Today, we're diving deep, quite literally, into the fascinating world of Sweden's submarine heritage. Sweden has a long and storied history of building and operating some of the most advanced.
Wow, the Gotland submarine is a beast. I love how it's described as the silent hunter. The fact that it's powered by a Stirling engine is fascinating. A great example of Swedish innovation. Wow, that's really impressive. That means it can never be detected. Like, it's not noisy, it's so quiet, like it's so silent. Wow, impressive.
And stealthy submarines in the world. From their innovative designs to their vital role in defending the Baltic Sea, Swedish submarines have earned global recognition for their cutting-edge technology and operational effectiveness. We'll explore how Sweden developed its submarine force, the iconic models that have defined their fleet, how their strategic focus has allowed them to punch far above their weight in naval warfare, and how their submarines could likely stand up to anything that could challenge Sweden in the Baltic Sea. Let's start at the very beginning. In the early 20th century, nations recognized the potential of submarines to revolutionize warfare. Sweden, leveraging its maritime tradition, took its first step into submarine construction in 1904 with the launch of Hajen, or the Shark in English. Designed by Swedish engineers at the naval shipyard in Stockholm, the Hajen marked the birth of Sweden's submarine capability. Though primitive by today's standards, the Hajen was a significant achievement, measuring just over 21 meters long and displacing only 120 tons. It featured a single petrol engine and an electric motor, allowing it to serve primarily as a training platform for Swedish crews. As World War I loomed, Sweden launched its second and third submarines, 𝐋𝐈𝐊𝐄 𝐒𝐒𝐁𝐒, or the salmon and swordfish in English, in 1914. Built at Kockums, both were notably larger and faster than Hajen. With dual propulsion and a displacement of 185 tons, 𝐋𝐈𝐊𝐄 was crucial for Sweden's coastal defense. Both submarine classes became famous showpieces to the warring sides about the now growing Swedish arms industry's capabilities. At the height of World War I, during the summer of 1915, engineers from the Kockums shipyard in Malmö returned to Sweden with new submarine blueprints acquired from the Fiat shipyard in Italy. That autumn, work began on 3 new submarines in the Hajen II class, which marked a significant advancement in Swedish submarine design. Larger than their predecessors, the Hajen II class was equipped with 4 torpedo tubes, greatly enhancing its offensive capabilities. While Kockums was a key player in Sweden's submarine program, it wasn't the only shipyard involved. The state-run Karlskrona shipyard also contributed significantly to Sweden's growing submarine fleet. In 1925, Karlskrona produced Vallen, or the Whale, the country's first mine-laying submarine. This innovative vessel could carry up to 20 naval mines, reflecting Sweden's evolving approach to submarine warfare. Throughout the 1920s and 1930s, Karlskrona also constructed the Dragon class, a series of submarines that further expanded Sweden's underwater capabilities. One of the Draken-class submarines, Ulven, or the Wolf in English, became infamous for a tragic disaster during World War II. In 1943, while operating off Sweden's west coast near 𝐋𝐈𝐊𝐄, Ulven struck a German mine and sank with all 33 crew members on board. The loss was a devastating blow to Sweden's submarine force and cast a somber shadow over the nation. For many Swedes, the Ulven tragedy became a poignant symbol of the dangers faced by submariners and a reminder of the perils of wartime. Despite this heartbreak, Sweden's commitment to developing its submarine fleet remained steadfast, and the lessons learned from these early decades would shape its future successes. The 1930s and World War II saw a surge in Sweden's submarine production, with 21 submarines launched between 1936 and the war's end. 𝐶𝐂𝐒𝐑𝐈𝐁𝐄 delivered 3 Delfin II-class submarines in 1936 to 1937, followed by 9 Sea Lion submarines by 1942 and 3 Neptune-class submarines in 1943. Alongside these, Kockums and the Karlskrona Navy Yard constructed the U-1 to U-9 number subs, which became the backbone of Sweden's fleet during the later part of World War II and early Cold War. Kockums' pioneering welding technology produced the world's first fully welded submarine hulls, enhancing durability and stealth. Meanwhile, advancements in radar, sonar, and radio direction finding pressured submarine design worldwide, marking the end of diving boats in favor of vessels capable of prolonged underwater operations.
Sweden's history of building advanced submarines is really impressive. They've clearly invested heavily in this area. No wonder they are leading in this area, right?
The snorkel tube, allowing diesel engines to run while submerged, was a key innovation. After World War II, Sweden gained access to advanced submarine technology by salvaging the German U-3500-3 scuttled in Swedish waters during the war's final days. This breakthrough led Sweden to cancel its A7 submarine project and focus on modernizing its existing fleet with snorkels for extended underwater operations, streamlined hulls, and the removal of surface guns. Kockums used the insights from U-3500-3 to design the Hajen III class, Sweden's first post-war submarines. These featured snorkels, advanced hydraulic systems for silent operation, and rubber-suspended components to minimize noise. Sectional construction was introduced.
That's why it's called the Silent Hunter.
Speeding up production and improving quality. While the US introduced nuclear-powered submarines like the USS Nautilus in 1954, Sweden explored air-independent propulsion options, including nuclear power, but ultimately deemed them too costly and impractical. Instead, Sweden focused on refining non-nuclear designs, solidifying its role as a leader in stealthy and innovative submarine technology. The next 30 years in Swedish development focused on perfecting stealth technology. The 1980s brought a revolutionary breakthrough in submarine technology with Kockums' adaptation of the Stirling engine for submarine propulsion. Originally invented in the early 1800s by Scotsman Robert Stirling, the engine had been largely forgotten but proved ideal for submarines due to its silence and ability to operate under high external pressure. Kockums tested this innovation on the 𝐋𝐈𝐊𝐄 submarine, which was modified with an 8-meter section housing an air-independent propulsion system based on the Stirling engine. This allowed the submarine to stay submerged for weeks instead of days. When the modified 𝐋𝐈𝐊𝐄 was relaunched in 1988, it marked a global milestone, positioning Kockums years ahead of competitors. Around the same time, Kockums introduced the 𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐴-class submarines. These were built between 1983 and 1988, with 2 later modernized in the early 2000s, ensuring their continued relevance in Sweden's advanced submarine fleet to this day. The last of these modernized submarines is still active in the Swedish Navy to this day, the Södermanland. And now we come to where we started this episode. In 1995 to 96, Kockums delivered 3 Gotland-class submarines, Gotland, Halland, and Uppland. These submarines were a further evolution of the 𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐴 class, designed with longer hulls to accommodate their advanced Stirling air-independent propulsion systems. This innovation significantly increased their underwater endurance. Equipped with enhanced sensors and advanced stealth technology, the Gotland-class submarines offered superior concealment and operational capabilities, so much so that they are near impossible to detect underwater. and are the pinnacle of Swedish underwater engineering and over 100 years of developing submarines. From June 2005 to August 2007, the Gotland was leased to the US Navy for joint exercises in San Diego. And as we spoke about earlier in the episode, these exercises highlighted the submarine's remarkable stealth, as its quiet Stirling engines made it exceptionally difficult to detect. The Gotland-class submarines gained significant international attention for their cutting-edge design and performance, further cementing Sweden's reputation as a leader in submarine technology. And it took the US Navy several years of improving their naval doctrine to be able to combat the Gotland's effective operating patterns and strengths. The Gotland is by all accounts the European NATO country's strongest ace when it comes to countering Russian aggression in the Baltic Sea, as it can get very close to Kaliningrad, perform surveillance, and not resurface for weeks at a time. In the event of a possible attack, these submarines will be strategically placed to hit Russia's Baltic fleet within minutes of aggression, and the Russians likely won't see it coming. Saab is currently developing the next generation of submarines, known as the A-26. 2 submarines are being built for the Swedish Navy, with the first scheduled for delivery in 2027. These submarines represent an evolution of the Gotland class. A historic milestone was reached on September 4, 2015, at the Karlskrona shipyard, when steel for the first rib of the A-26 hull was cut, marking 101 years since Kockums launched its first submarine. The A-26 is designed to operate in both the Baltic and open ocean across a wide range of conflict scenarios. In addition to traditional armaments like mines and torpedoes, it can be equipped with missiles. A standout feature is the multi-mission portal, a large horizontal tube capable of launching and retrieving manned and unmanned underwater vehicles, offering unmatched versatility. Sweden's submarine heritage is a tale of innovation, resilience, and strategic foresight. From the modest origins of Hajen to the advanced Gotland and A-26 classes, Sweden has continually adapted its submarine program to meet evolving challenges. These silent guardians of the Baltic exemplify Sweden's engineering excellence and unwavering commitment to sovereignty. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love if you could hit that like button. It helps us compete with much larger fish. If you've got any feedback, I would be honored if you left it in the comment section. Have a great weekend.
Wow. The importance of submarine warfare in modern naval operations cannot be overstated, and Sweden is leading the way in that area. Like, it's so impressive. And I love how the video highlights the iconic models that have defined Sweden's submarine fleet. I'm impressed by the Gotland's ability to evade detection and strike with precision. Like, it's so impressive. No wonder it's called the Silent Hunter. Sweden's strategic focus on submarine warfare is clever. Like, they are punching above their weight in naval warfare. It's incredible. It's incredible. And I love the fact that the Sweden submarines, like the Gotland class, make use of the AIP systems. And by AIP systems, that's the air independent propulsion. And they are well equipped with advanced sensors and stealth technology, which makes them difficult to detect, unlike those of other countries like the US that even though they are larger submarines, but they are a bit noisier and they are easily detected. So I think that gives them like an added advantage, because of course you don't want to tell the whole world that, yeah, you are here and you are ready to attack whoever the enemy is, you get. So I feel like it's one very important feature that the Gotland class has, and it's really giving them an edge in the submarine warfare. Yeah. And I'm also intrigued by the video's claim that the Sweden submarine could stand up to any challenge in the Baltic Sea. Well, of course, because the Baltic Sea is a unique environment, and the Sweden submarines are quite adapted to that region. So yeah, it's intriguing. Yeah. This video was quite interesting. I learned a lot. As someone who is interested in submarine warfare, I learned a lot, and it was really educative. Thank you guys for watching. In case you want to watch the video uninterrupted, head on to military rated channel. The link to the video is in my description below, and watch the video uninterrupted. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.